Hello virtual audience and welcome back for a new series of Top Gear. We kick off in this one with a supercar drive across Italy.
Well, the location for this challenge was the Nardo test track. A banked 8-mile circle of tarmac so vast it can be seen clearly from space.
And it's proper horsepower. Blue-blooded, real horsepower. Oh my God!
I can feel the car jumping!
And at this point, people who think they're funny say, it's a rotten job, but somebody's got to do it. Well, I'd like to say it's a great job. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to do it. Thank you for supporting this programme and making it possible for me. And if it all ends tomorrow, I'll look back on it and think, that was great, and then go and do something worthwhile, like be a teacher or something like that. Also in this programme, we have will.i.am, who's a sort of pop guru record producer. And then in the future, we've got me and Jeremy in China, Hammond in America.
Oh no, that's not what I wanted to see in the mirror!
A car chase, all sorts of wonderful, wonderful things.
He's the Stig's Chinese cousin.
I'm now going to hand over to Jeremy Clarkson.
Since I was last on air, I've shrunk. Over the next few weeks, we've got items on mobility scooters and how they can be improved. I get to drive the SLS convertible, which obviously was very exciting for me. James and I went to China to have a look at the Chinese motor industry, discovered they're catching us up, but they're still not there yet. Just constantly at 8. Get in the car.
Trumpy.
It's Top Gear as Top Gear should be this series.
3,
I hate
2,
running.
1, go.
Last week's show, when we drove the Lamborghini, the Noble and the McLaren all the way across Italy, went down very well, as far as we can tell with the hardcore petrolhead section of the audience, all of whom went online and said, that's more like it, why can't we have more of that? Let's hope it stays the same.
Quite good.
Thing is, though, Top Gear is a very broad church, and for every one person who can name the firing order of a Lamborghini's V12, we have 10 people watching who not sure what a Lamborghini is, and 100 watching who couldn't see over the steering wheel. So over this series there are some items like that and some that aren't.
57 miles to the gallon.
So, spacious and economical.
So don't get too disappointed when you're watching and you think, I don't want to watch this thing. Well, there are other people who do.
It's like putting a whole jalopy chili in a boiled egg.
Oh, cock.
It's not a school sports day. You have an egg and a spoon. Well, I say, James's car's looking very dirty, as opposed to mine, which is looking very clean.
Blimey, I thought that was James's.
No,
that was yours.
I was just explaining about
that.
the petrolhead boys,
Yes.
who thought last week is how Top Gear is going to go from now on. It isn't. It was. You do some for petrolheads, and then you do some for other people. My mother watches Top Gear, and she is not the slightest bit interested in Lamborghinis, Nobles, and McLarens.
Well, no, because the linkage is to cock as well.
When something goes wrong with my car, Richard Hammond always
helps you.
No.
Yeah, because I think the most constant comment is, I put a kettle on in starring a reasonably priced car. However,
It's one of the most popular
where I
things.
live, people always go, who's the guest?
Who's the guest?
Who's the
Exactly.
guest?
Then there's no
So-
question. Star in a reasonably priced car is top. I mean, it's one of the most popular sections of the programme. No
Bloody
question
excited
about that.
today, Hollywood today.
I know, we have
Hollywood
got
royalty.
How's it going?
Looking forward to today's show, even though I've got a shocking cold and feel like death, but I won't be mentioning that.
Top Gear Maths, I need your thoughts on this, you as the arbiter of it. iPlayers, this
Yeah.
is so it's 2 days, 940,000.
That's a
now,
million.
Is that a million, Top, or is that
That's-
pushing it?
That's a million.
Listen, yeah, but
It is a million.
Because I'm thinking, all right, over 950,000.
940,000 is boring. A million, that's a lot.
A million iPlayers in just 2 days, in 1 day.
Car.
Okay, well, just a boof. Okay, just like a boof. Anyway, so I hope you enjoy this week's show. If you are hardcore, the ones say, yes, I want to see...
You'll be all right this week, you'll be all right.
You'll be okay this week, mostly. The week after...
I'd watch Midwives next week.
Do not.
Yeah.
If you are the sort... if you're 15 years old and from Idaho, and you only like Lamborghinis, week 3, do not watch.
Don't bother stealing the show next week.
This is a show.
Steal it this week, but don't steal it next week.
Week 3 is a show for me. It's just a good laugh. Everything explodes.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, after last week, I didn't think we could get any better, because that's the most amount of supportive texts I've ever had after a show, which is really encouraging to know. But I think we've managed it. In the plums! This week, James has tested an amazing new electric car, which I don't fully understand, called a Fisker in Florida.
The company that makes it was set up not by an engineer, as usual, but by a designer. Now, he was responsible for the Aston Martin V8 Vantage and the BMW Z8 Roadster. So obviously he knows his way around a pencil.
I've been up to the Arctic Circle, well, 30 miles away, to try the new Ferrari FF and the Bentley Continental GT with the new V8 engine, and that was one of the most exciting 2 days driving I've ever had on a frozen lake with 650 horsepower. I mean, just fantastic fun. I'm on ice! I've got the traction control off, and I'm doing 100 miles an hour. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. F1 is a Stradivarius violin, NASCAR is banging a saucepan. Well, when I say we all agree apart from Richard J. Cheeseburger Hammond III. And then we've actually done something worthwhile. We've attempted to do something for disabled people for once in a while. No blowing up caravans, no cocking about, just really try our hardest. Crikey! Stephen Hawking has arrived.
Oh, policeman, got to be careful with the speed limit. I'm only allowed to do 4 miles an hour in built-up areas. That's more than 4.
Feel the speed! The speed!
Sorry. It's not quite as easy as it looks.
A little bit of cocking about happens, but only accidentally. So it's a good show. I mean, not quite as good as last week, but I don't think we'll ever beat that, if I'm honest. Anyway, enjoy.
For this show, we have...
Slash!
Bash!
Crash!
We do!
We do have slash, bash, crash.
Yeah. It's
Kimi Räikkönen.
No.
That was supposed to have been a surprise, but you're internet viewers, so that's okay. And...
Slash the guitarist from Guns N' Roses, that's hence the Slash thing.
Yeah.
And we go motor racing, and it was mega good fun.
Oh my God, it's overtaken! No, it hasn't. This is genuinely exciting racing with James May in it!
We took it seriously and had one of the best days filming
Yeah.
for a long time.
You can see it on screen. It's one of the probably 3 occasions over the last 10 years when we have all genuinely tried our best at something. Come on! And it's just...
No, we did. No. We tried our best at Imola.
Yes, we did.
We did try our best there, but nothing. But we weren't competing against one another there. Whereas here we were.
It's twice in this series then we've taken something quite seriously and really tried hard at it.
I find that quite boring. I like cocking about.
Do you know what? This series has only been 7 programmes long.
I've been deaf for 3 of them.
Yeah, but in 3 of those programmes, I drive on a racetrack.
I've just got to do 3 laps, that's all.
That's quite something for me, given that I said about 3 years ago, I'm never going on a racetrack, and there's an end on it.
Anyway, so that's this week's programme. Slash, bash, crash, wallop. BMW M5. And James gets to drive a Ferrari that he's always wanted to drive since he was 7 in 1926.
Yes, I do. Oh, look at that. Oh, man.
This is the
realisation of a childhood dream. When I was 7 or 8 years old, I looked at pictures of this car and I thought, I wonder if I will ever drive a Ferrari 250 GT California.
And so,
I remember it being launched.
enjoy that. We're going to go and make it now. That's it.
Yes.
And that's it.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for staying with us.
Thank you.
It's been great.
It's been huge.